And next we have Villainess Life, a LitRPG Supervillain novel written by Tom Warren. It is 178 pages, $3.99. It is not available on Kindle Unlimited. That price point's actually a little bit high, about 3 times of what I like to pay per page, personally. Here's the author's description. Miranda is an ordinary gamer who finds herself inside the body and mind of the notorious supervillainess, Murder Maid, a character she created in an online role-playing game, Super City. She has none of Murder Maid's memories, but has to live with the consequences of her alter ego's actions. When she escapes from prison and tries to claim Murder Maid's old lair, she is thrust into a life-or-death battle against vicious enemies she didn't know she had. Now she must stay alive in the brutal supervillain city of Nyx. She will make allies, level up, and try to discover what has happened to her. Is the world she remembers the real one, or the world she now experiences? So there you go. This is kind of a so-so supervillain story with a minor RPG progression. That's all it really is. It's really short at 170 pages. And for LitRPG readers, that's technically more than a short story, but for LitRPG readers, it feels like a short story. And at $3.99 and not be available on Kindle Unlimited, this is not really worth it, to be honest. The main character in the story is trapped in the body of a level 21 villain character she made for a video game. The fights are honestly boring. And the fact that she starts at level 21 means that you're not going to see the character creation process. You're not going to see how she chose her particular powers, the thought processes in that kind of RPG progression. And that's a whole loss on the story side of things. A lot of the stories more revolves around the internal conflict the main character has with being in a villain's body and dealing with the consequences of being a villain in this world, in this like fantasy world. On the game mechanic side, nothing really special here. If you've ever played a superhero MMO, you're going to see a lot of familiar terms and characteristics, but the game stuff really just felt awkward. And again, part of that is because you're a level 21 character and you're just describing these terms to the audience and to the main character who's supposed to have already like played for 21 levels in this game, so she shouldn't really need that explanation. And the game stuff just doesn't really mesh well with the superhero stuff, in my opinion. Like, there's some very interesting pacing issues in that you're going to have a like combat scene, and then it feels like the action pacing just stops. It comes to a grinding halt as like some mechanic is described or like there's some interruption there, and I didn't enjoy that at all. The combat itself is only okay, and the main character, one of the bigger issues is the fact that the main character doesn't feel like she's earned her powers because she's again jumping straight into level 21, and everything else kind of revolving around the story just wasn't interesting for me. Like, I didn't care about the main character. And the story itself was just like wasn't particularly interesting, and neither as a superhero story or as an RPG story. So a LitRPG story, I should say. So for me, I thought it was boring. Give it a score of 5 out of 10. No technically bad writing here. Didn't hate it. I just thought it was boring. So it gets a 5 out of 10 for me. That's Villainous Life, a LitRPG Supervillain novel with a score of 5 out of 10.